Hello, fellow streamers. Welcome to Streaming Zero to Hero, where we talk about streaming. And in this, let's say, podcast style episode of Let's Talk Streaming, we're already on episode 13 of the first season. And boy, do I have news for you guys tonight. I have seen, or it's a type of like major streaming growth related milestone and YouTube discovery, which is some title, I guess, for this episode. But I actually hit a major milestone, and I'm so excited. I just want to share that with you guys. And so we're going to start with that. Then we're going to look at some Instagram growth. And then I actually discovered something really cool on YouTube, which we will explore together in an upcoming video. So stick around to the end for that one. So, all right, what's this major milestone I hit? It's not about streaming viewers. It's not about followers. Well, in a sense, maybe getting there, but I was actually invited today to be a guest on a podcast, a video podcast, and share my story. And it felt great to, of course, only get the opportunity to be there. But as I'm sharing my story, and you guys have heard it already if you're viewers here, of, the mindset shifts I've had and the start small and all these things. And it was really great to go there, share my story, my perspective of things, and of course do that in front of people listening. But that was not the, let's say, best feeling. That was not what I'm taking away from that. What I'm taking away and afterwards, it's not like I got this like major like high woohoo type of feeling. No, I've just felt such a after the podcast. I just felt such a tremendous like centered feeling of gratitude, just pulsating and radiating through my like core being, if you will. And it was not because I was on the podcast. It was not about that I was in front of a lot of people or I get my word out. But I could really see afterwards that, based on the chat and everything, that the viewers connected with what I was sharing. They found it really valuable. And I could also see that I think I actually reached out to some people who may picked up a tool here with what I said, a piece of the puzzle here, a changed perspective to help them take the next step and get started with what they were trying to achieve. And the ability to do that, which is exactly the same thing I'm trying to do here for you. That just gives me such a tremendous sense of gratitude. And it's even more, let's say, confirmation that what I'm doing here is bang on the buck on what I'm wanting to do. So what does this mean for you? It means that I really, really, really want to be a force for good and empower you to not only start streaming, but also to empower you, give you tools, perspective, and help to overcome these beginner streaming challenges. And as you grow, it's going to be different challenges. And I'm sharing this with you as we're going through it because I really want you to succeed in streaming with whatever you want to do with streaming. It could be just gaming with your bodies and sharing that why stream. You want to be the next huge streamer gaming, or it could be something else entirely. Streaming, just sharing your passion or your skill set or your trades and craft, or in any way, shape, or form you're wanting to get your message like that you have inside of you wanting to get out. I want to help empower you to do that by streaming. And just to me, I'm getting such a centered, grateful feeling just talking about it and thinking back on the podcast. Now, some interesting things that happened after the podcast or at the end of the podcast was that they shared my social media profiles that in the previous episodes we've been setting up. So TikTok profile, YouTube, and Instagram. And just like that, well, almost like that, it took maybe an hour or so, but I gained 41 followers on Instagram. And by itself is not a lot if you compare to every huge Instagram profile out there. But as you all know, if you've been sticking with us here or sticking with me throughout this episode, it's not about going viral. Sure, it helps, don't get me wrong, but it's about taking those incremental steps, getting a little bit better, growing a little bit more than I did yesterday. And it's a start, and I'm so grateful that what I was sharing, 41 people saw it fit to look me up on Instagram and follow me and interact and ask questions. So we're going to head over there and we're going to look at some of the questions and answer them. What better way to start to really engage with the viewers than to give a personalized video response? Especially in the beginning. I mean, as things grow and as more question comes in, maybe time won't permit it. But in the beginning, why not, right? So let's load up Instagram and let's see what we got, because I haven't had a chance to go through it all yet. Here we go. I'm not sure if you caught that, but there's another sneak peek that we're going to do here after this one. Let's save it. So as you can see here, or am I reading this wrong? Following 44, followers 44. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't count. Anyways, it's followers. I misread it. So it's not 41 followers. Doesn't matter. It's 10 or something. People starting to follow me and asking questions. That's huge. I'm not bummed out or sad that it was, what, 4 times less, more? Doesn't matter. Doesn't bother me at all. People saw it valuable. They reached out to follow and asking questions. So what questions are they asking? Let's see if we can find that. All these great people. Thank you, Francesca Gallegos, for following me. Money Online, Granny Sherry, thank you so much for the follow. That and Free the Movement, thank you so much. And it's really nice to come in and see just these followers and these questions. So now I can figure out how the heck do I respond, because I haven't used Instagram that much. So let's see how it works. Let's discover it together. Yeah, okay. So also Ellie, thank you so much for the like. Baxo On Body is in Motion, thank you so much for the follow. Same to you. Pay My Pet. And also L, of course. Crystal R. Wood. Oh, this is going to take a while. Delos 516, thank you so very, very much for the follow. Who else have I missed here? Second Chance Affiliate, thank you so much. Kim Piljavan, I hope I said it out official. Thank you so much. Oh, official. No, this gives me ideas. Interesting. For, let's say, a personal account to do the official one. Cool. Yeah, thank you so much for your follows and your likes and your questions. So let's get to the questions. Let's do this one. Pause the video. So we have here. You saw that was the podcast, the Rule Podcast, Wake Up Engineer. You did an amazing job. Thank you so very much. Thank you for coming and watching. Like I started talking about in this episode of Let's Talk Streaming, I'm just so grateful to be there and be able to share my perspective and my learnings, which I've done along the way, and that you found that valuable. Thank you so much for that opportunity to do that. Can you explain what are the benefits and purposes for or of streaming? I certainly can. I will try to keep it brief. In short, a stream or streaming is just another way of saying live broadcast. We have a feature on TikTok, which is called live. YouTube, I'm not sure what it's called, streaming or going live, same thing. Not sure if Instagram has it, but in short, it's basically going live on camera is mostly connected with the streaming as a live video streaming broadcast. And it allows you to get, over time, an audience or viewers that can connect with you live in your live streaming broadcast. And who do you want to attract? Well, that's up to you. I don't know what you're into, what you're passionate about. Clearest way to explain this is gaming. We have gaming is huge in streaming, and we have people actually setting that up as their main profession, if you will. to stream what they're passionate about, example, gaming. And sure, it's really hard. It's a lot of work to get to the point where you can do that full time. Let's not kid ourselves, because it takes consistency, effort, and discipline, and tackling a lot of challenges along the way. But that's the end goal. I want it to be no mistakes that the end goal of doing that is hard to achieve. Otherwise, everyone would do it, right? But getting started, progressing, learning the skill set, that's not, I would say, I wouldn't call it easy because I don't know you or let's say what you're capable of, but it's highly doable. Just start where you are, figure out what you're passionate or the message that you want to put out there. And if it's via your phone, and I haven't gone through that yet on how you can stream by your phone, I know it's possible. Or if you have a computer, a laptop, and a webcam, you can actually start to use a service. Example, I'm using a service called Twitch.tv, which is a social media platform tool for streaming. And that's the interface between your stream and the viewers. That's where let's say the viewers consume streaming content, right? And how do we stream? Well, in short, I have a free piece of software called OBS installed on my computer. I configure it, and I made videos about how to do that, to connect the audio and the web camera with my desktop. And that's what captures what's on my computer and pushing it to Twitch. And that's, let's say, the mechanics or the packaging of it. Now, what's inside the package is the message you're trying to put out there. What type of audience do you want to build? Then, I mean, let's say if you're motivational coach, well, you should stream talking about motivational things, right? This is what makes this so the mission I'm on, like say, is empower you to be able to do this, let's say, and be able to get that inner voice or inner passion out there into the world. That's what I'm passionate about in terms of empowering you to do. So what are the benefits and the purpose of the streaming? Like I mentioned, the main benefits is you can take your message or your passion and bring it out there to people, and they have a way of consuming that as viewers, and over time gain that core audience, that core following that know you, like you, and trust you, depending on what you do. It could be gaming, which is a lot of that is entertainment, or how can you become a better gamer. And then there's an educational side, and I also see in skills and crafts being huge. The way I see it, that's huge, like carpentry or whatever. I haven't looked into exactly how large those, let's say, niches or those things are. But what a concept, just sharing. Like, I remember one streamer, this was 5 years ago, maybe. I think he was doing some carpentry or like some hand skills. He's from Hawaii, and he was just streaming to no one. He was new. He was just sharing that, tips and tricks on how he does carpentry. And all of a sudden, he got a follow and a like, and someone donated some money, and he was super humble. Said, "No, please, you don't need to. Can you take that back?" He just really wanted to share it with the world and empower people to do what he did. So that can be a bit of a mix of benefit and purpose for streaming. Another way that streaming has like additional side benefit, and for me, it's also one of the purposes, is I can spend an hour. I'm trying to consistently stream every day an hour, and you don't have to fit that schedule. That's just what works for me and my goals. Whatever works for you in terms of regularity and consistency is going to help with streaming and gaining those audience growth and so on, right? But the output of the stream, because this gets recorded on Twitch, unfortunately, as a beginner, Twitch doesn't store your, let's say, stream very long, maybe 5 days, maybe 7 days. And I understand that because Twitch has a lot of streamers, and videos are generally a large file site-wise. So I actually take the streams and I use them, sorry about that, and repurpose those into other platforms such as YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And somewhere soon we're going to get to that. I haven't forgotten about the tease. And so what I do is I take this Let's Talk Streaming episode and I upload them to YouTube, slightly altered in terms of like just if there's a huge gap of silent, nothing going on, I try to cut that out. But in a sense, I try to keep them as is, upload them as a long form videos to YouTube, because YouTube stores videos longer. They don't have this 5 to 7 days stuff. And then I can look at what I talked about over stream, and then I can split those videos up into smaller videos and spread those to TikTok, Instagram, of course, we have YouTube Shorts, and other sites, which is more suited for shorter video content. So I'm, in a sense, using streaming as a way to populate and drive my other content creation and share across platforms. And for streaming, that's a growth strategy, because the more you get out there, the more likely it is that people will see you, like your content, follow you, and eventually find their way back to your stream, example on Twitch, and become that audience, and then eventually over time become a core audience. And then since it's live, you can interact with them, going back and forth in the messages via chat, answer questions, and so on. So for me, that's like the main purpose of it. And then, of course, that's more or less it from the mechanical aspects of it, what you can do. Now, the purpose is also what you want it to be. Do you want to be motivational and have that route? Do you want to focus more on entertainment and gaming? Do you have a brick and mortar just wanting to interact live, have live events, or like show them around your shop? I don't know, but I bet you do. And another great thing with streaming is it's highly doable to get started, especially if you adopt the start where you are now mindset, which I've been talking a lot about in my previous episodes. And I would say the threshold of getting started is low and definitely doable, especially if you have a laptop or a computer and a webcam and a microphone. Depending on what you want to do, if it's you speaking, yeah, you will need those things. If you're just, let's say, gaming and just want to share a game, you just need the computer, the game you most likely have, and then you just need OBS software. And I have the videos on how to set it up. It's not complicated, highly doable. And if you have more questions, Buxiom Bodies in Motion, I hope I'm saying that right, about streaming, feel free to just comment again. And, I missed that, or can you elaborate that, or find my videos of getting started and get stuck, just reach out to me, and I would love to really help you get started. What more did we? So that was one of the comments. All right, what more did we have? Let's see. So it's a similar comment. Hi, Fat and Free the Movement. So thank you so much, first and foremost. I'm really, really grateful that you found what I said valuable enough that you come over here. All right, so I just spoke at length of this. I would do a quick recap. So it's a way of getting your message out there in a live setting, similar to TikTok Live. YouTube has a live function as well, and be able to interact with your viewers live. They can comment, chat, and so on, and really build that core interaction with them, form those core viewers, core audience. Now, do you have to incorporate that into your business? No. Is there some benefit of doing it? Maybe, probably. Depends on the business that you're doing, right? And let me think about what more examples can I give of how it can be used in a context I have not shared already. Example, let's take a brick and mortar shop. Fashion. I'm not a fashion person. I was just example, right? Exemplify a point, a perspective. So what if you have a physical fashion clothes store, you have your membership nights, and maybe they are showcasing by some designer a new lineup of clothes, let's say. And you have some members that can be there, and some members of your store, membership cards and these types, or an exclusive something club. Maybe a way of having them be there, well, not physically, but could be to invite them on a private stream, or like a stream that's just, for your members, or showcase how much fun you guys are having by doing it public and joining you in the launch of clothing line, or you release a new digital product and you want to share the buzz about it, you can set up questions and answers, right? I mean, if I were to apply this to what I'm doing, I could reach out to you and ask, I understand you have questions. I will do my best to answer them, but please join me on my live stream and we can interact directly and more interactively, going back and forth. Because for me, what I'm doing here at StreamingZeroToHero is just about as much about my journey as it is about your journey into streaming. And I really love to hear your perspective. What are you stuck with? Because I only have my journey, my perspective, right? But together we can figure it out so we can help more people do the same. And that's, like I said, something that I'm passionate about. How could you do something similar for what you're doing? And if you can find ways to think of, yeah, those are some good ideas and things, then maybe it's something to try for your business. Let me know if that made sense or if that cleared it up. And if not, reach out to me and I'll continue explaining. All right. So that was Instagram. Not so much growth like I originally thought, but numbers in this case doesn't matter. This is still a huge milestone. Instagram and growth for me has been hard. So just having this as an outcome of being on a podcast and that's fortunate. So don't be afraid as you're a beginner streamer and things. And if you take this opportunity to get what you do out there to podcasting, different audiences, or collaborate with other streamers. And we went through this the other day when we were looking at streaming growth strategies, and these are right up there. So having done that research 1 or 2 days earlier, and I had this opportunity, and I'm like, yes, thank you. I want to be a part of that and share and see what that can do for growth. As a side benefit, me personally, I was more excited about, okay, so hopefully I can share, what I'm talking about and things, and people will have value in that. And bringing value to people is what makes me tick. And it's also, if you're streaming, what could make you tick, depending on what you do. Gamers provide value by entertaining around the game that people have an interest in. That's how they get viewers and take first-time viewers into viewers, steady viewers, regular viewers, and so on. And you can replace gaming with what you're trying to do, right? So seize those opportunities. Let's see if we had something more. I don't think we do. So it was followers, follow-ups. All right, cool. So that takes care of, when we're going at this for about 22 minutes now. Let's continue on to one of the teas I did. So if you caught it when I started, we actually have something new here. I actually set up a Facebook page for us, for StreamingZeroToHero. And it's, let's see here. I still need to set it up more. But like I said, getting something up is more important than getting it perfect, because something beats nothing every day of the week. So the first thing I said, okay, I'm just going to set up. I already had the profile image I can use. I already had this banner we can use. So I will see. So I'm StreamingZeroToHero there. And I believe I need 25 or something followers before I can get a personalized log. So I'm going to start including, I'm not sure if you can see it, wait, in the bottom left corner of the screen. And I do this, let's see. Yeah, so it's this ID. I'll find a way to push that in descriptions and social so you can click it. And please do follow me here as well, so that I can get to, of course, 25 from a mechanical perspective follow, so I can change to actually have a StreamingZeroToHero link. But more importantly, so we can connect on Facebook, and if that's where you do most of your interaction, you can interact with me there, and I can answer your question there as well. And spread the message that, yeah, streaming is very much possible for you if you have an interest in it, let's say, and want to do that. So that was one of it. Second part, which I figured out, which I'm really curious about. I've curbed my temptation to jump in because I wanted to explore it with you. And I had no clue that YouTube had this. So we're going to head over to YouTube. And I believe it was under analytics. Let me see if I can find my way back there. Let me blow this up here so I can see. It was sitting right here. I'm just trying to find my way back to it. So as you can see, numbers aren't spectacular. It's growing. We're getting, things is happening. But they actually had, why? It's such classic. I want to show something, and then Demo Murphy is here saying nope. So this is interesting. Yesterday, then this wasn't what I wanted to show. I just wanted to reiterate on something. So yesterday we built a better vertical intro splash screen, and on YouTube it's interesting analytics, and I haven't seen this before. Is that we only got 10 views for YouTube Shorts? That's low, but hey, I'm focused on the mechanics right now. But the average percentage viewed was up by 39%. So maybe what we did graphically and Italian things help. 39% boost. Cool. Let's keep doing that. But here, let me see if I can find it, because I realized and I saw that, or how I perceived it, was that YouTube also has achievements. And now I'm just trying to find my way there. Yes. Now, finally. Thank you. This is what I was looking for. New achievement. 1,000 views. Woo! More of your videos are being looked at more often. So combined total across my videos, I have seen somehow accumulated 1,000 views. Grand scheme of video marketing, content creation, social media, 1,000 views is nothing. Do you think I am bummed out by that? No, because we all start where we are, from zero, and gently grow, right? Small steps every day a little better. And 1,000 views means that what I have created has been in front of, I'd like to say 1,000 people. That may or may not be correct, but it has been viewed 1,000 times. Imagine how many dialogues you have to have one-on-one to reach 1,000 views. Hi, Ellie. How are you doing tonight? And thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. How are you doing tonight? Absolutely fantastic. Happy to hear that. I'm great. I hit a milestone today. I was actually invited to a podcast and talk about what I'm doing here. I'm super happy. I know, right? So what I've been doing so far, and I think you just missed that section, maybe. I'm not sure how long you've been watching, but I've been Sweden, Stockholm. I'm located in Sweden, Stockholm. Where are you from? USA. Is that CA? Is that California? Cool. Really cool. How long have you been watching, and how are you enjoying the stream so far? That's totally fine. You can hang around and chill out. Perfectly fine. That's cool. Work break. Those matter. Just jump in if you have questions, or if there's anything you wonder about streaming and things, and I'll just carry on, and you can feel free to chill as much as you want. So it seems that YouTube has achievements. Now, why this matters is, of course, nice that you can get unlocks and things. We're going to look into this a little bit Yeah, I'm new on Twitch. Yes, so I think I've streamed 13 times or something like that. So I'm on this streaming zero to hero journey where I started as a beginner because I am starting from zero, and I basically stream my way through talking about streaming, learning it, and sharing what I learn as I go, sharing that streaming experience from beginner to hero. And what makes so why am I passionate about doing that is because I really want to empower others to do the same and get their message out there or what they wanted to do by streaming. And that's really what makes me tick. Affiliate and partner on Twitch. Yeah, sure. It's not the immediate goal, but it's in my future. And the reason why I'm not saying it's something I'm striving for right now is because I'm not up on that step yet. Because and I've spoken to, and if this is interesting to you, feel free to dive back on my YouTube account because I store all of these Let's Talk streaming there. So it's a streaming StreamingZeroToHero over there as well, and I think I have the link to it in my Twitch profile. Because in short, it's start where you are is something I go after a lot, and to take small steps. So every time you stream or do something, be a little better, because otherwise, if you set this huge goal up out here, you might just get demotivated and it might not even be realistic. And I realized for streaming and really any type of skill is that the first really step that you have to get clear on and actually take and kind of conquer a little bit is consistently do, right? And yeah, exactly. How will I grow my channel? I will get to that in a minute. So the next step after you're consistent is, all right, learning the skill set of the mechanics of how do I stream, how do I post production, let's say figure out how to grow on let's say YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, because that is a way to grow as a streamer, because it's getting you out there. Twitch, as a beginner streamer, limits your streaming to only be stored, like the recordings of it, to only be stored, let's say 5 or 7 days. But YouTube, for instance, does not, and can actually host the entire video, even if it's long. Whereas TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram is more suited for shorter content, right? So as a way I'm looking to grow is, of course, get into the consistency of streaming, because, of course, if you don't stream, it's hard not to get this live interaction that we're having right here now and get those first viewers, followers, and so on. And where TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram comes in is that not only can you repurpose your content and get it out there so that people on those platforms can discover you and be able to get back on stream if they want this live interaction with you, but it's also serve as a way for you to, let's say, offload videos and things from Twitch, because if everything you do gets deleted or taken away from Twitch after 7 days, like I said, in the beginner state, then you're always kind of paddling water, you're always treading water, you're not building that content. But when you offload them to other sites, of course, they start to accumulate over time. And over time, even if, let's say, let's take worst case, Instagram, I'm getting very little traffic. And then the other day I got 108 views. And I'm thrilled, because it means that, okay, something I did there worked and got more views and things. And on YouTube, it's also hard because I haven't gotten to the point yet, that step where I can do something and have it getting views, and a lot of views at that, right? Exactly. Consistency and interaction of the channel also matters. Absolutely, 100%. And what I'm going there, because it's very easy to be demotivated. Like, I want to be a streamer and a successful streamer, and I'm not seeing the views, and I'm not seeing the follows, I'm not seeing the audience, and I'm getting bummed out, and I stop. That's because, and I actually discovered this because I was feeling that in the beginning. It's going great. Thank you for asking, Ali. And I had to change my mindset around when I realized where I'm at. I'm not at this step yet. So I shifted my mindset to reflect on how far I've come skill-wise and my personal growth. And like I said, taking this incremental improvement step, trying to improve something small every day, because that's how you can achieve leaps and bounds over 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, even a year. If you look back, if you apply that and look back and how far you've come. And I'm on the step right now where I am consistent. I am consistently showing up, streaming, and doing things, right? For my goals that I want to go after. So now the step I'm on is the mechanics of the packaging, like really getting into and making it a little bit automatic, if you will, in the sense of how do I stream? How do I repurpose the content? How do I like titling on YouTube, and YouTube wants this format and TikTok that and Instagram that, and now I'm into like imaging and style, making it look appealing, and so I can like get out there and get those first views on the videos. I'm so happy to hear that, Ali. That's cute. Really happy that your day is going fantastic. Awesome. And that's the step I'm on now. And now I'm starting to feel like I'm almost up on that next step where that I've kind of learned that so much so that it's not hard to do, right? Now I can focus on more the like the graphical elements, like you say, the attractiveness, that look and feel, that design, these things, and also start to tiptoe into writing more captivating titles, or think about how I say things and become more captivating in terms of the what's inside the packet, right? The content, or like what I'm putting out there. And now I can focus on it more because I kind of gotten up on those previous steps. Like I'm not trying to figure out. I have no idea how to stream. So and then there's this and that, and it becomes this huge mountain of weight that you're trying to figure out all at once. That's hard. So I just said, you know what, I'm just going to do little by little, share my learnings, and grow as I go. And I'm enjoying it so very much because I can see what I do is every week on Sunday, I do a week in review stream as a part of Let's Talk Streaming, which I'm doing now. And I just look back for the past week to see how have I progressed, what did we talk about, what were some highlights, I do some recap. And I realized that I am growing the skills. And as you grow in skills and capabilities, so of course, naturally, you will grow the content and the values when you do get there. So, so that's my plan on how to grow. I'm just putting it out there, taking those opportunities, let's say, to be interviewed, which I was today, and that in terms gain me some followers on Instagram, and I will talk with them and invite them over here so they can interact live with me one-on-one, or like in the chat. It's not going to be so much one-on-one. It depends, I'm still sitting there and having a chat. Sometimes it's zero. There's more often than not, it's no one in the chat. But I work the stream, let's say, do the stream as if I have viewers and listeners, because it allows me to learn the skill set, improve my skill set of how to interact and engage with you. For the time when a perfectly amazing person like yourself, Ali, comes along, and it's natural for me to, oh, hey, welcome. How's your day going? So that's how I approach growth on Twitch and other channels for that matter. Oh, that's awesome that you got affiliated and you made a cartoon logo and banner for Twitch. Are you some type of graphical designer? So back to YouTube and where we were, new achievements. Yeah, let's take a sneak peek into this and see what this is about. And the reason why I'm so curious about this is because in the previous stream I made, I talked at length and in detail and in depth about Twitch achievement system, and what we could learn from what Twitch says is, or like, because when they have an achievement system like that, they see that, I mean, for them it's beneficial because, we get a little bit of dopamine hit, and it also tells us clues about what they think or see we need to do to become successful streamers. So I broke that down in a video, and now I can do the same for YouTube if we can see it. So let's take a look at this view analytics and see what we can see here. Okay, so it's your channel has gotten 1,090 views so far. That's amazing. For where I am right now, sure, we'll set future goals, but given that my goal is just to understand the mechanics of the packaging and getting it out there, this is great. All right, so this is just analytics. I want to see if we can find the achievements. We can have a look at it later, Ali. I'm gonna kind of stay on stream here for a bit. But what do you see? Because I'm guessing you're working as a designer, helping streamers to do like layout and design and help them with that stuff. What would you say is the most common from your experience challenges, obstacles, or problems that you help them with in terms of beginner streaming and maybe even established streamers alike? How can they benefit from getting more professional, let's say, streaming graphical resources, let's say? All right, so YouTube has some creator awards. I think this is not what I'm looking for, because these are like big milestones. And it's not the sense that I get that achievement was. So I'm a little bit surprised that it wasn't some easy way to get to, like, to see an achievement overview. Can I do this? No. Just search contact. Help. Yeah, no. I will just try and find this out of stream so I can start with that in the next stream, maybe. Anyway, so I'm... All right, thanks, Sally. We can take it from there. Have a good dinner and have a great day. And thank you so much for stopping by and for the follow. I hope you have a continued awesome day and a great weekend. Have a good one. Yes, so I think this is a good segue, actually. We've been going on now for 46 minutes. And that would be the next step I will want to do a sneak peek into. But we're just going to leave it at that. So quick recap. Huge milestone for the channel, StreamingZeroToHero today. And me. We got to be interviewed on a podcast, share what we're doing, and inspire people, hopefully to empower them to take the next step in whatever they were doing. And just the sense that I'm so super grateful for being able to do that for them just confirms to me that what I'm trying to achieve here is definitely something I can full-heartedly stand fully behind. And then we watched some growth on Instagram, kicked into a Facebook page that I started setting up, and tried to navigate YouTube to find where they have their small achievement space, but I couldn't find it. So sometimes that happens. So that's going to be it for now. Thank you so much for coming and watching. And if you have questions about streaming, if you're struggling, if you're wondering how the heck do I get started, go ahead and drop a comment wherever you see this, or most preferably join me on my live shows via twitch.tv, where my handle is StreamingZeroToHero. Depending on where you're in the world, my streaming schedule times will differ depending on your time zone, but I am focused on streaming every day. Like, that's the goal. Some days I might not be able to, but the goal is every day, Monday through Sunday, every week, between my local time, which is Swedish time, between 7 to 8 p.m. Today it was a little bit later because life happens and I have to juggle stuff around, but still I want to be consistent, hitting up that daily stream. And I'll either catch you in the comments somewhere on the platforms or as viewer on the stream on Twitch when I stream. And I wish you a really great day, a great beginning of the weekend, and I'll catch you in the next stream. Have a good one.